Let's change Efua Lipsy's makeup from traditional wedding to white wedding. For context, this was how she looked 7 hours earlier when I did her makeup for trad, and this is how she came back. Her skin was intact. It rained, her hair was wet when she came back, so the hairstylist had to blow the hair and reapply the frontal glue, so I had to go in to touch up the hairline, and that's all I had to do. You can see from the review at the end of this video that her makeup did not move throughout everything. The rainy weather, emotional moments, sweat, and everything. Her base work was intact, so I had to use the same base work from the morning to prep her makeup for the white wedding. All I had to do was change her lips and then her eye work, and that's all I'm going to change for her to be ready for her white wedding. I did glitters and pigments for the traditional wedding, but for the white wedding I'm doing a matte eye, so I had to take off everything from her eyes, all of the eyeshadow from the eyes before I start on prepping for the new eyeshadow. Normally I'll take off the lashes, but because of the time I was working with Efua, we didn't have much time, so I kept the lashes on. I'm working together with the hairstylist Nova Strand. She was very swift, speedy, and then her work is so clean. She was fast. We worked together to get Efua ready in time for her white wedding. She had an evening white wedding, so I'm doing a smoky eye, which I will sparkle later, but it's a smoky matte eye, so I had to make sure the base is very clean just so she could have the clear matte eye before I decided to do whatever I needed to do. I'm using the Juvia's Place, the Nubian palette, to add on a nude shade onto her lid, blend it out, and I added a grayish color to it to bring back that smoky effect onto the eyes, and that's all I had to do. Onto the lips, I'm doing a brown nude lip, so I outlined with a brown, then I went into filling with a nude shade. If you've watched the trad video, then you will hear me talk about how beautiful her lips were, and then what I had to do to make sure she's got beautiful lips, and just to make sure that we keep the shape of her lips beautiful as it is. So normally when I'm doing lips for white wedding, I let the matte lip dry down before I add on gloss. So when there are kissy moments, only the gloss, clear gloss might transfer, which is completely okay, but then the base of the lip will still remain the same. So I did the same for Efua. The hairstylist was very fast, and at this point she had already finished the back of the hair and then the front as well. I did some touches. I went back to look in my camera to see how she would look on camera, and she was looking so beautiful. I went back to touch on the lips. So whilst I was doing that, I had to go back in to add blush. So when you notice the look I showed from the trad wedding, you said she had on a lot of blush, but when she came back, the blush had reduced. So this is one thing I tell most of my brides, that the first thing that will start disappearing from your makeup is blush. So most of the times I'll go in with a little bit more, just so that when you're having photo moments, you still have on a little bit more blush, and I do that on purpose. So I did same for Efua. For the blush touch up, I'm using a bubblegum pink blush for her for the white wedding. I looked at her in the camera again, I let her smile, and I went back in to touch on the blush a little bit more, and then her work for the white wedding was coming to a close. I touched it on a little bit more, and then I went back into the eyes. So I wanted the eyes to have this smoky effect, so I touched on the liner, and then because it's an evening program, I'm adding on a little bit more highlighter on her nose and her cheeks, and I had to go back in to add a chunkier highlighter because I wanted her skin to glow in the dark during the program. The hairstylist was almost done, and I was also almost done, and then we did these short clips of her while she was getting ready so that I could include them in the video. So for her lashes, because I did not change them, I just went in to touch it up a little bit, and basically that was it. The stylist and I put on her earring, and then Efua was looking very white, wedding bride ready as she placed on the earrings, and she looked so beautiful. The smoky eye with the nude lips complemented her skin. I fluffed her brows a little bit because I thought it could use a little bit of a touch up. I dusted off her skin more, and then that was it for Efua. The stylist was ready to get her into her gown, so we just took some little bit more shot, and the whole time I was working on her, she was looking at herself through the mirror, which I did not know, but that's completely fine. She absolutely loved her look. So this was Efua in the morning before I got her ready for her makeup, and then this was her look for the white wedding. She looked so beautiful. Her skin match was so nice. The earring, the hair wrap, her smoky eye with the new lips, everything complemented her skin tone, and then the theme of the wedding for for the evening. So the stylist came to get her ready into her gown. Her gown was so beautiful with details. It had this bow at the back that I will show you guys, which was so beautiful. Once the stylist was done and Ifa was ready, the groom sent over so many gifts for her, and then she had an unboxing moment, which was so nice. She was genuinely excited and happy to receive these gifts, and then her reaction to all of the gifts were so nice. Like, look at how happy she was about this beautiful bag. She was so excited. And then the groom came over for some first look moment. They were so cute together. Look at the back of the dress. The hair wrap was so simple and nice. The bow was beautiful. Her skin was nice. They had this beautiful couple picture moment. I absolutely loved this video when we took off her from the back, and then the photographers came in to take more pictures of her. And then in the hall, we had to come out from the bridal room to the hall. We had this low light video moments, and then she was ready to step out to the event. I was able to get this video of the 360 dance moment when they were done with the ceremony. Mr. and Mrs., congratulations on your wedding. Thanks, Ifwa, for having me. Guys, my number is in the bio. If you want to have a long-lasting luxury bridal makeup experience with Nidosh, my number is in the bio. Book me. Let's talk about your wedding look, and you will have an exceptional moment for your wedding. This was Ifwa's review. Thanks for having me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.